can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. We all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route, that seen it. Now I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, young G's. And I'm a self-made man out of Sweden. And it's still off top, I'm tweaking. But I still gotta fight my demons.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the WAG show. This is episode 26. It is Monday, March 20th. I'm your host, Ben Hosta. I can't believe we've been doing this show for almost a month. Coming up on a month. We started it on Super Bowl Sunday. It's been a month since the Super Bowl, which is pretty crazy. We got baseball coming up. Baseball starts, next Thursday or something, I think? Next Wednesday, next Thursday? I think it starts next week. Baseball's coming up. We got the rest of the NCAA tournament this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 games. Then we'll get to the Final Four next week. We've obviously got NBA going on, which we're going to talk a little bit about today. How was your guys' weekend? It was a good weekend for us overall. Spike, what's up? It was a good weekend for us overall. College basketball could have been yesterday. Could have been maybe the biggest day I've ever had sports betting, not DFS, but sports betting. If Indiana would have won that game last night, but they didn't. They choked, of course. I don't know. I don't understand what is going on with this game here. Indiana, okay, is playing against Miami, one of the smallest teams in the tournament. Indiana plays two big guys. And I'm not putting any blame of this on Jackson Davis because he can't do everything by himself. He's the only one doing anything for Indiana. They play two big guys, and they're playing against one of the smallest teams in the tournament, and they're getting out-rebounded by 20 rebounds. They're getting out-rebounded by 15. They're giving up 15 offensive rebounds to Miami. I've never seen anything like this. They're down at half. They come out on fire in the second half. They take the lead. I'm going crazy. It looks like it's just – I don't know. They just thought they were just going to win the game or something. I've never seen a team that plays two big guys giving up rebounds like this. It was just a disgusting performance from Indiana that clouded the entire day because I was on such a high after having such conviction on Creighton over Baylor. And then Creighton comes out. They take care of business. They look great. I said they were going to shoot better from three. They did. I thought Kalkbrenner was going to have a bigger game, but what happened was Baylor knew that they had no answer for him. So they were paying so much attention to him defensively. Creighton was just getting wide open looks from three, and they were hitting him because they were a good 3-point shooting. So I was on such a high after Creighton comes with that big win, and it goes right into Indiana, and they just do that to us. I mean, it's just there's just nothing worse. Could have been a massive day, but overall the weekend was good. Somehow I've positioned myself in these bracket pools. If Houston beats Creighton in the championship game, I'm going to win 5 bracket pools. If UConn or Texas beats Creighton in the championship game, I'm going to win 2 or 3, I think. But if anyone watched the bracket stream I did, we used Duke in that one, which sucks because on 2 of my 5, I have Tennessee. So I picked Duke on the stream, which sucks. But it actually kind of works out because Purdue also lost and Marquette also lost and Kentucky also lost. So really, the only team that anyone at all has picked to go to the Final Four in that region is Kansas State. And it's not like an overwhelming percentage, just a small percentage of people have Kansas State. So it actually kind of works out. And I believe I'm assuming I used Creighton on the stream because I have them in the Final Four in all my brackets. So the fact of getting so much leverage of having Creighton over Alabama, and things have worked out perfectly for Creighton. They get past Baylor and they don't even have to play Arizona. They have to play Princeton. They're the biggest favorite of all the teams playing this week, Thursday and Friday. Of all the teams in the Sweet 16, Creighton is the biggest favorite, 10-point favorite. So things have broke perfectly for Creighton. If they take care of business against Princeton, they're not going to be favored. They're going to be an underdog to Alabama. But if you're in that position, and I've looked through my bracket groups, and I'm not lying, everyone, like every bracket has Alabama in the Final Four. I don't think there's a single bracket other than mine that don't have Alabama in the Final Four. So if you're telling me that I'm in a spot now where it's one game and 99% of all the brackets have one team and I'm the only one that has the other team, I'm going to take that every single time. So if Creighton can somehow take care of business, even with the bracket I filled out on stream, you'll be looking pretty good by getting that leverage of Creighton over Alabama. So I'm really, really hoping Creighton pulls this out. You basically know every college, NBA, NFL golf player. Yeah, I guess so. I guess if I think about it. There's not really many sports. I don't bet on all sports because I'm never going to put my money on something that I don't feel full confidence in. But in terms of knowing the players and the teams and stuff, there aren't really many sports I would say I don't know about. I'm trying to think. I even like cornhole. You guys ever watch cornhole on ESPN? I guess that's not really a sport. It's just like a activity or something because you don't really need athletic ability to play cornhole. But have you guys ever watched on ESPN? Those dudes get crazy, man. Those dudes get crazy. Jared, what's up? Indiana and UK losses kept me from having a monster day. Dude, it would have been a really, really big day. I think if Indiana wins that game last night, I would have had an extra, I don't know, $1,300 or $1,500 probably if they just somehow win that game. It's unexplainable to me how they lie. I don't understand. I don't understand how you start 2 big men and play a small team and you're getting out rebounded by 15 to 20 boards. It's like when Purdue played FDU. It's unexplainable. Like they're just playing harder than you and then you deserve to lose. So agree though. Kentucky did play fine, but you're not going to win when one of your best players, like you said, they couldn't hit a shot. When Reeves shoots 1 for 15, they're not winning the game, unfortunately. That's how it is. But Kansas State's good. I mean, I wasn't picking Kentucky because I thought Kansas State was bad. I just thought that Kentucky was a little bit better. And, I mean, they were favored prior to the game. But Kansas State has a good team. I mean, Noel is a beast. I can't say anything bad about him. I found it interesting. Michigan State, though, 7 seed favored over Kansas State. I think they're 2-point favorites. And I'm pretty mad because when I was looking at the numbers for what I had graded out, the best 2 picks from that bottom region, like that bottom half of that region, were Kentucky or Michigan State. And I was flip-flopping. If I wanted to take Kentucky or Michigan State, I went Kentucky. And no one picked Michigan State in any brackets past this game. So that would have been good leverage. Must be talking about Purdue. I think have you guys heard these rumors? Zach Edey is going to transfer, I think, or something. I saw. I can't believe that guy still has another year. I feel like that guy's been playing forever. Because I remember like 3 years, 3 years ago, they had that other big guy, and then Edey would come off the bench. I can't remember what that other guy's name was, but they had another big one. We had like 2 7-footers. and they choked. That was the year that they lost to who did they lose to? North Texas, I think they lost to. Just a disgraceful run in the tournament for Purdue the last few years. Today's picks, yeah. So for today, I actually have a women's college basketball pick, which I gave out in Discord, but I'll say it on here as well. And then I have 2 NBA plays I like. We're gonna pull up the prop predictor, and we're gonna look at today's lines. If you guys have any NBA bets you want to talk about in the chat, drop them in. We'll take a look at what the predictor's saying. I have 2 plays I really like for NBA today. One I really like, and then the other one I would say I like it a lot. But the one play I'm going to give out I really like today. I think it's a good spot. Women's college basketball. Yeah, I mean, dude, no men's tournament until Thursday. I mean, I guess I need something to bet on that's not just the NBA. I actually like watching people. I feel like people kind of talk down on, like women's sports, like the WNBA and stuff. I like watching the especially like women's college basketball when it gets to the tournament, and then softball when it gets to the College World Series. I think those are really good. Really fun to watch. MLB starts soon. Yeah, I think it's the 30th, so 10 days, I think, is opening day. Speaking of that, Travis and I have a fantasy baseball draft tonight on Sirius XM. It's for the champions. It's the Champions League, so you've had to have won a prior FSGA league to get in this, which Travis won football, I think, last year. We almost won football this year. We had some bad luck with injuries. Cooper Kupp got hurt, which screwed us. Lamar got hurt, which screwed us. And then we're in the Final Four for the basketball league. I don't know if we can win it because of this Anthony Edwards injury. Well, we've had the best team all year, so it's unfortunate if we don't win because we have the most points by like 200 in the league. But we have a fantasy baseball draft tonight on Sirius XM. So if you guys have Sirius XM, that draft will be going on tonight, I think at like 6 o'clock. They might call me. They might not. I don't know. Sometimes they call each team and they ask you about your picks. So sometimes they call, sometimes they don't. I agreed to one. I think it's fun to watch. I really do. All right, so the women's pick, we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll dive into the NBA slate. Women's pick, let me confirm that it's still the line. Today we are going with, Florida Gulf Coast plus 6.5 against Villanova. Villanova's a good team, but Florida Gulf Coast, they've won 15 games in a row. They're red hot. They're coming off an upset over a number 5 seed in their last game. And I think they match up really well stylistically with Villanova. Villanova is outside the top 290 in the country in 3-point defense. They give up a high percentage of 3-point shots. And on the other side, Florida Gulf Coast, they make the most threes per game among all women's college basketball teams, almost 12 a game. It's not just pure volume. They're top 15 in 3-point percentage as well. So they shoot a high percentage from 3 relative to all the other teams, and they make a lot. So I think that matches up perfectly with a bad defensive team against 3-pointers. Their offense is just electric in general if you watch them. They're a high-scoring team. They've been good on the road, which is important as well. So I think if they're knocking down threes, I think they have a chance to win the game outright. But I definitely think they can cover 6.5. So Florida Gulf Coast plus 6.5 is the women's college basketball play for today. That game starts at 7 p.m. Gobert fantasy points and Turner fantasy points. Are we going to do this Rudy Gobert thing again? Because I want to talk about it. Because one, you guys know I hate Rudy Gobert. It's just, I just don't like him. I didn't like him. And then if you guys remember when he did his thing with like the microphone when the league shut down, I mean that's another instance of me not liking him because he's just being an idiot. So there's 2 things. And then I don't think him and Donovan Mitchell got along really well when they played together, which tells me that he's an idiot. Because Donovan Mitchell seems like, to me, I guess I don't know because I don't follow him super closely, but from the outside, it kind of seems like he's just more of like a team first guy. I'm local to Cleveland, so I see the Cavs. They're a very close-knit team. So I feel like Donovan Mitchell's a big team guy. So this is a third strike on Rudy Gobert. So I already didn't like him, and the case has just gotten worse. He could be an idiot all he wants. Yeah, this has no bearing on whether he achieves his prop tonight or not. I'm just saying. You guys know I hate this, but I want to talk about this. So it does make sense that he would play better with Edwards out. Like obviously his ceiling's higher. He's going to get more touches. He can take some more shots. But it's kind of a tough matchup too. Like the Knicks are good against big men, better than you would think. And it's an 8.5 point spread. I just can't do it. I can't play. Yeah. Jared, I'm with you. I don't know. I can't do it. The numbers say that it's a good play tonight, but I'm staying away. So, Spike, I wish you good luck in your quest with Rudy Gobert. I'm thankful I won't have to watch Rudy Gobert play basketball tonight because I'm not going to bet on him. So I don't have to watch it. Instead, I'm going to be watching the Florida Gulf Coast women's basketball team light up threes, maybe make 11, 12, 13 three-pointers against Villanova. I'm going to be watching that instead. What's your place? Yeah. All right, let me pull the predictor up. We'll dive into this here. If you guys have never seen this tool, this is the Prize Picks predictor at betkarma.com. We have projections for all the lines on Prize Picks every single day, all sports. You can sort by the raw projection, the differential, whatever you guys want. It's a very helpful tool if you guys bet regularly on Prize Picks. As far as injury goes, I'll run through them real quick. There is kind of a lot going on for it being only 6 games, but I think that's kind of going to be the theme the closer we get throughout the season here. Like the season's almost over, so it's going to get more and more crazy with the injury stuff as we kind of wind down here. So at the top with the Timberwolves, Gobert is questionable and Naz Reid is questionable. I'm assuming they're both going to play. Anthony Edwards is officially listed at questionable, I think, but I don't see there's any way he plays this game. Like, can you guys explain to me how he plays this game? He was screaming in pain after this injury, and it seems like he avoided like a serious injury, but I don't think there's any way he plays tonight, even if he's okay. So I'm going to assume that he's not going to play. But Gobert and Naz Reid, I think those guys are playing for the Timberwolves. For the Mavericks, Luka kind of looked like he was going to play, but now he's not playing. So Luka is out. Kyrie and Tim Hardaway Jr. are questionable. I think Kyrie's going to probably play because he played their last game. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is definitely a potential miss because he got like morning, afternoon downgrade to questionable because he's got an illness. So I could see him missing. But we'll wait and see on the Mavs stuff. But I think Kyrie will probably play. If I had to guess. For the Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson's questionable. John Morant is still out. Jackson's questionable. If he's out, Aldama's probably going to start. Tillman, he gets a bump up. The rest of the starters, are going to be bumped up anyways because Ja's not playing. So Bane and those guys, get bumps up. Larry Markkinen is out. Jordan Clarkson is out for the Jazz. Larry bumps up. Olynyk, Walker Kessler, Fontecchio is probably going to start in his place, if I had to guess. And then, Horton Tucker's been playing great without Clarkson recently. We've seen Ochai Agbaji play better. I mean, he was playing really bad for a while there, but he's a rookie, even though he's an older rookie. He's been playing well, so he's going to get a little boost there with Clarkson out as well. Tyrese Halliburton is still out for the Pacers, so it's kind of the same thing. The rest of the starters get bumped up. Nembhard's been playing really well. Nembhard's brother went off for Creighton yesterday. He had like 30 points. And then we kind of have this Rockets situation. So I wrote this in the injury article today. They're the only team on a back-to-back today, and their guys played a lot of minutes last night. So I was kind of curious if they were going to rest anyone. They listed Jalen Green, Sengun as questionable. I don't know if I have a firm take on them playing or not. I need to think about it. I would not be shocked if I wouldn't be shocked if they rest. Sengun in particular, I think, is probably most likely to rest, which would help Jabari Smith. If Jalen Green's out, obviously Porter, Christopher would step into that starting lineup. So we'll have to wait and see. The Rocket stuff, we're probably not going to get that news until close to lock. DraftKings has a same game parlay 50% boost besides Chicago versus Sixers. What game do you target? I like the Hornets-Pacers game a lot tonight, so I would probably say that one. If you don't want to do that one, then probably Jazz and Kings if I had to pick another one. But that Hornets-Pacers game, my favorite overall prop today is from that game. Both teams play fast. They're top 10 in pace. Both teams are horrible defensively. They're bottom 10 in defensive rating. It's only a 2-point spread. It's the second, third highest over-under on the slate, 234. I think there's going to be a lot of points. So I like the Hornets-Pacers game if you want to pick a game. But I don't hate Jazz-Kings has the highest over-under today, 238.5. But I'm interested in the Hornets-Pacers game a little bit, for sure. That about does it for injuries, though. So if you guys have props you'd like to talk about, post them in the chat. But I'm going to give out my 2 picks. So I kind of gave one away just now that it's from that Hornets Pacers game. But top overall play for me today, Terry Rozier over 32.5 PRAs on Prize Picks. So this number is 33.5 on the books. So you're getting a little discount on Prize Picks by taking the 32.5. Still fine with the over 33.5 because you can see we have it at almost 36 tonight. But I mean, he's been great without LaMelo, and I kind of just laid out the case. 2 teams that play fast, they aren't good defensively. Indiana has really struggled at times stopping like guards that can score. So I think it's a really good matchup for Rozier individually, and then the game in general. 2-point spread should be close, should be a lot of points scored, but I liked it and then saw like that the predictor agreed with it, so that made me feel even better about it. If you can, bid it on Prize Picks, though, so you get it at 32.5 as opposed to like DraftKings Sportsbook where it's 33.5. But Terry Rozier over 32.5 PRAs, that's the top overall play tonight. Someone on Facebook's like Rozier. That's good. That's good. Normally when people in chat like the picks, it's a good night. So I'm glad that this it's so weird to me. I can't see people's names if they type on Facebook. It just says Facebook user. Could be talking to anybody. I could be talking to a celebrity or a murderer and would have no idea because it just says Facebook user. I don't know what their name is. But they like Terry Rozier PRAs with me tonight, so that's good. Scary Terry season. Yep, Jared, you know what it is. Rozier over PRAs, that's the top play tonight. Second play for me, I might have 3 plays. I don't know. I need to think about it. Second play for me is we're going to go fantasy points on Prize Picks. And we're going with Kelly Olynyk over. So we kind of talked about it. Big bump up with some of their injuries. Laurie Markkinen out specifically helps him out a lot. I think it's a good matchup, against the Kings. Should be a fast-paced game. Highest over-under on the slate. Only 6.5 point spreads. I do think the game will stay close. I don't think you need to worry much about blowouts. So Kelly Olynyk over 28.5 fantasy points. We have him over 31. Our DFS projections have him over 31 fantasy points as well. So I like this spot for Olynyk tonight. I will be betting him over fantasy points on Prize Picks. Jabari Smith. I think Jabari Smith, that was actually when I said I might have 3. That was going to be my other one. I don't know if I'll bet him rebounds or I think I like points plus rebounds a little bit better. But I like Jabari Smith. I do think Sengun might miss. It's a fine matchup. Like, I don't know. You don't need to worry a ton. Like, the Warriors have been so weird this year. I've talked about this a few times, but the Warriors are one team that they've just allowed teams to stay in games. Like I feel they haven't been blowing teams out very often, especially on the road. The Warriors are not good on the road. So I think that the likelihood that the Rockets stay in this game, even if they're resting guys on the back-to-back, the Warriors have just allowed teams to stick around, especially on the road. So I don't think it'll be a huge blowout. So Jabari Smith overs are fine with me. If you wanted to do rebounds, you can. I think I like points plus rebounds a little bit more. But I do like Jabari Smith. And you probably want to bet him. It's a tough call because I don't know if those guys are going to miss or not, but you feel like the lines would go up a little bit if Sengun is. Which probably like Olynyk over if you can't play fantasy points. I probably would say I'd probably say points plus rebounds, but let me check his PRAs. Let's see what we got here. Gap's a little bit wider on the PRAs, so I'd probably take that one. 24.5. Although it's 25.5 on the books, so I might do points plus rebounds, Jared, I think, for Olynyk. If you can't bet it. Jabari Smith points. Yeah, I don't hate that. I actually think that graded out pretty well. Yeah, you can see his line's at 13.5. We have him almost 15. So if you just want to bet the points, I think that's fine to whoever asked that. Zach LaVine 4 assists. We have him right at his number. Like I've talked about this a few times, but we have him at 3.3. His line's at 4. If you really think he goes over, you can take the over, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't bet it. DiVincenzo over 3.5 dimes, I think, is interesting, especially if Kevon Looney is questionable for the Warriors. If he's out, they'll most likely start Draymond at center. And, I mean, DiVincenzo's already been playing more anyways because Wiggins has been out. But if Looney's out, they're going to play even smaller, which helps DiVincenzo even more. So DiVincenzo over 3.5 dimes. It's one of the biggest differentials in our projections. Line's at 3.5. We met 4.5. That looks interesting to me. If you guys want a third play, I think DiVincenzo over 3.5 assists looks pretty good. Have you guys seen this stuff with Andrew Wiggins? Do you guys think this is true? I haven't looked at it completely, but it kind of seems like it is true. What's going on? So that's pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up. It definitely had. Yeah, you think that happened? Dude, that's crazy, bro. You really can't trust anyone. Do you think Dennis Smith points is under is too risky? No. I don't think it's too risky. If you're also betting on Rozier, I think it makes sense. You would want Dennis Smith to go under anyways. You think it happened too? Yeah, pour one out for Wiggins, man. What were your plays? Join late? Yeah, if you guys join late, thank you for joining the stream. Appreciate it. But for NBA plays, number one play today for me, Terry Rozier over 32.5 PRAs on Prize Picks. The line's 33.5 on the books. So we like 32.5 on Prize Picks. Kelly Olynyk over fantasy points on Prize Picks. If you can't bet the fantasy points, PRAs is fine. But I like his fantasy points line. And then I just was talking about Dante DiVincenzo over 3.5 assists. Looks interesting to me, especially if Looney's out. Can you change your profile picture on Discord to Gobert for a day if he's smacked? All right, yeah. If oh God, Travis just came in here adding everyone. Oh no, he's gonna fire him up If you guys are in here, it's about to be a rainstorm in this chat. It's oh god. If you guys are new to the show, Travis is like the only one because he's on Facebook that can add everyone. So when he adds everyone, like everyone in the channel gets notified about the stream. Like I can see him joining all of them. And this a couple times, man, he's added everyone, and these people come in here and they're all fired up, dude. They start like they think I'm Travis, first of all, which I'm not. You can see below my face. My name's Ben. They start verbally assaulting me for adding the channel. And they just don't like it. They don't like when Travis adds everyone in the channel. If you're new, if you're joining off of the tag of everyone, welcome in. I'm giving out NBA props for tonight. Hopefully you got who was in here? DeJuan, were you in here? That one guy was posting his address in here, man. Nice picks. Yeah, so today's picks, guys, if you're joining. Terry Rozier over 32.5 PRAs on Prize Picks. My favorite play today. Second, Kelly Olynyk over fantasy points on Prize Picks. My second favorite play. Third pick for today. I'm adding this. Dante DiVincenzo over 3.5 assists. That's 3 great NBA prop plays for tonight. You can 2-pick them on Prize Picks. You can play all 3. Whatever you guys want to do. But if you're going to 2-pick, I like look, this person's typing gibberish in the chat. I don't even know what that says. If you're picking 2 for Prize Picks, Rozier PRAs, Olynyk fantasy points, that's my 2 favorite for a 3X. Travis trying to send heat towards Ben. Dude, Jared, these people come in here fired up, talking crazy, man. The guy was posting his address. Just weirdos. Is Tobias Harris points to play? Yeah, the predictor, you can see, predictor loves Tobias Harris today, which we don't like because we just don't like Tobias Harris around here because he sells all the time. But, yeah, it's one of the highest graded plays. I think it's the second highest graded fantasy points play. Predictor loves Tobias Harris tonight. So, yeah, I think he is a play tonight. Anyway, Spike, to go back to what you were saying, though, if you bet Rudy Gobert tonight and he goes over, I will change my Discord profile picture to Gobert for 24 hours. I'll do that, yes. Unfortunately. Did he send you his address? Yeah, Jared, yeah. He came in here, Jared. He starts, like, using, like, slurs at me. Which, again, my name is Ben. I'm not Travis. Disclaimer, I didn't tag anybody. He starts throwing out these slurs, and then he's like, he just posted his address, which I guess I don't know if it's actually his address, but he posted a address. And he told me to, I don't know, I mean, I guess he wanted me to fly to Los Angeles. And, yeah, I guess he wanted me to fight him about getting tagged in a Facebook group when he can just turn the notifications off in the Facebook group. I need 5 good unders. How about this guy? Let's shout out this Facebook user in the chat asking for unders. Has to be the only person that's ever come in here asking for unders. Everybody likes to bet over. So shout out at Facebook user. I don't know what your name is. Shout out to you for asking for unders. I love this. I love this. Good unders today. Let's take a look here. What sticks out to me? Fox under fantasy points, I think might be okay. That's a high number. 5 unders though, man. 5. More unders than overs. Yeah. So we've kind of talked about this. I think profitability wise, it's more profitable to bet unders long term, but people just don't like to bet under. They want to bet over. But yeah, I think it's more profitable to bet unders. Horton Tucker under looks good. I know he's been balling, but 20.5 is a high line, man. I don't know. So Talon Horton Tucker under 20.5 points, I think, is a good one because that's just it's a little bit. We're getting into insane territory when it comes to Talon Horton Tucker. You could do Fox under points if you don't want to do fantasy points, I guess. Let's see if there's any crazy high like rebound lines. How about Nick Richards, man? Let us down on Friday. That guy got foul trouble or something. I don't know. The dude played like 10 minutes or something. What a bum. On which day of the week have you been more profitable? I guess I've never looked. I could figure that out. I've never looked at like days of the week. But I know over the last month, the last time I looked, predictor is over 65%. And I've only had 3, I think, losing days in the last like 3 weeks. We've been on fire. Like, so much of my time has been spent looking at this college basketball stuff, but we've been doing great for NBA. Travis, we're adding a season average column to this tool tomorrow. Look at that. Look at that. Nick Richards sucks. Dude, what's up with that guy? He got into foul trouble or something, and I swear that guy played like 50. I looked and he played like 15 minutes. I was like, oh, that's great. But to whoever asked about unders, Horton Tucker under points looked like the best one to me. That's just a highlight. But yeah, if you guys have any other picks you want to talk about, post them in the chat. If you missed earlier, women's college basketball tonight, Florida Gulf Coast plus 6.5. That's what we're playing. I kind of went into that earlier in the stream about why I like that. Rozier over PRAs, Olynyk over fantasy points, DiVincenzo over assists or over fantasy points if you want for DiVincenzo. He's the highest if you look at the predictor. Highest differential between the line and our projections is DiVincenzo over fantasy points. The line's at 24.5. I'm at 28.7. Let's see assists. Yeah, what do you want to see here? You can see for overs, Tobias over 1.5 it likes. DiVincenzo over 3.5, which I like it likes. See, it likes Neesmith, but if it's not even a full 1 over, like I don't think it's a must bet for me. Tyus Jones over 7.5. We played that over the weekend, and it hit. I think it needed overtime to hit, but it did. It did hit, and he's been averaging a ton of potential assists without Ja. So this might be. I think Ja might come back on Wednesday, so this might be the last time we get to play Tyus Jones over 7.5 assists. But I do like it again. Charlotte versus Indiana picks. Rozier over PRAs most definitely. Spike likes Turner. I think it kind of. Other than that, you got to kind of wait and see who plays from the Pacers. Sign up and check all the stats out. Exactly, Travis. That's a great idea. And you can download the BetKarma app and get access in the app. There's a link to Discord in the app. There's a video in the app that you can watch that explains how to use the predictor as well. 2 good rebound props. So I'll caution this. I don't like to bet rebound props for guards. So I'm just going to say that. Like Nemhard's right now is the highest. I don't like to bet rebound props for guards because they just don't. I don't know. It's just too weird. Laurie's not playing tonight, whoever asked that, so we cannot bet his points. I guess Spike loves Gobert, so 10.5 is a high line, but the predictor likes over. So you could look at the over for him. Gordon Hayward over 4.5 is probably fine. I would say Draymond under at 8 because that's a high number for Draymond. My only problem is if Kevon Looney is out and they start Draymond at center, that's when Draymond really gets cooking. Like when they start Draymond at center is when he really rebounds a ton specifically. He gets some more assists as well, but he rebounds so much more when he starts at center as opposed to like when Looney's in there. So the numbers are grading this out as a really good under, but the projection is going to change if Looney gets ruled out. So that's just like that one's a little bit riskier. If Looney plays, the under 8 I think is definitely fine. Rebound props for guards or traps, yeah, typically I think they are. It's just not something I like to bet on. Steph's prop. Which prop? You can see we have him second high score on the slate, right at his number, 29.5. We have him at 29.3. Dante, 8.5 rebounds and assists. I like that, but we can see what this has it at. Yeah, we have him over. We have him at 9. I like that. I think that, like I said, if Looney's out specifically, I think that helps him even more. So I like all things Dante tonight. I think it's a good spot for him. Overall, though, thank you guys for watching the stream. This is a daily stream, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I do it every single day. We pull up the tools. We go through them. So hopefully you guys come back tomorrow. We've got NBA the rest of the week to talk about. We've got MLB coming up starting late next week that we'll be able to talk about every day. I love to bet on baseball. I actually prefer betting on baseball to basketball, so that's even better for us. We have the rest of the NCAA tournament coming up Thursday, so I'll have some bets for that. We have some futures that hopefully we can cash. FanDuel has a boost. Randall, Embiid, and Brunson, 25 each. Who kills this boost? That sounds like who kills it? I want to say I'm going to say Jalen Brunson is not going to get 25. So Jalen Brunson is going to kill it. Shadow Sly, what's up? I know you're in Discord. Appreciate you. Talon Horton Tucker rebounds. I think it had it slightly under, if I remember. Let me look at it. Yeah, slightly under. I don't know. I like Talon Horton Tucker, but his lines are getting so juiced because he's been playing so well. I think it's tough to really bet overs on him tonight. But I mean, if you really like it, the projection is right by the line, so it's not like we have an overwhelming under. So if you really like him, you can bet him. But like I said, guys, I gave out the picks on the show. 1 women's college basketball bet, 3 NBA props. We get a Twitch COD stream. Dude, I've thought about streaming on my own like a little bit. I know Travis does. I'm not very good at COD, though. I'd have to play a different game, but I've thought about it. I might do it maybe in the summer or something. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk college basketball. We'll talk NBA. Get ready for MLB. Good luck with your bets tonight. I'll be in the Discord, betkarmachat.com if you guys want free access to the free channels. I'll be in there sweating out our women's college basketball bet later on. But good luck with your bets tonight, guys. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday.